Well, it's a bit of both. We are condemning Evan Harris for his opinions and his stance on vivisection particularly, and specifically with regarding Oxford University, on his support of their really bizarre research, which was the foundation of them building their new laboratory, which basically involves inflicting brain damage on primates and then seeking, in order to inflict some of the symptoms of Parkinson's disease, and then looking for a cure for some of those symptoms. Now, this to most people is ludicrous. It's never going to lead to a cure for this devastating, uniquely human condition, but massive amounts of money being poured into this research project at Oxford University. And we think it's failed, and it's never going to lead to a cure, and we think we need a change of direction. So that one issue we are focusing on regarding the animal research, but there are many other issues with regarding Evan Harris.
What would you do rather than have the animal research? What other way would you come up with to try to work towards finding a cure for these illnesses?
Well, it's quite simple, really, in my view, and I think that a lot of the research backs this up now. We need to look at human beings. We're never going to find a cure for a uniquely human condition by experimenting on other species of animal. And this is proven time and again by the failings of many of the drugs that are produced as a consequence of animal testing. Vioxx is a classic example, one of the most recent greatest drug disasters, which has killed tens of thousands of human beings. But it worked wonderfully in animal tests. And there are many, many examples like this where dangerous products are being tested on animals and passed as safe, and then being put onto the market and causing damage to people.
You can't experiment on people, can you?
Well, unfortunately, this is what's happening anyway, and this is one of the other problems we have with Evan Harris. You know, whatever these people are doing to animals in laboratories, they're generating results from animals. These results then have to be tried out in people. These tests then have to be tried out in people. So people are being experimented on, and often, because the results from animals to humans differ so vastly, people are dying as a consequence. We're getting one result from an animal test and trying to apply it to human beings, and it doesn't work. And Evan Harris, you know, this is another problem we have with him, and many, many people do. He wants to create human-animal hybrids, beings, to carry out experiments on. Now, we've been told for the last 50 years that cures for all human ills are just around the corner of a few more animal tests. But now we're being told that we need to create human-animal embryos, hybrids, to test things on. Well, what happened to the animal research? Clearly it's not working. I mean, this is demonstrated in the hospitals and the care centres, where the fourth biggest killer in the Western world currently are animal-tested drugs. You know, this is vast. People are dying, and we're being misled, and we think it's time for some fresh thinking. And this is the point of the Animal Protection Party campaign, to raise these issues and get people talking about these issues.
Now, the leaflets popping through the door are frankly menacing. You've got the skull and crossbones on the front, the title Dr. Dead. Do you not think it could have the adverse effect that it won't in fact get sympathy for what you're trying to say, but it'll actually turn people off?
Well, no, absolutely. I mean, some people will not appreciate what we're trying to do, and I fully understand that. But
it's not scary for a young child to actually pick up a leaflet like that, and you see the picture on the back of the monkey with someone's hands around his neck.
Well, unfortunately, your children have been. We walk them down the high street, and there are animals strung up in butchers' shops, and these are actual real dead bodies. It's not nice, but we shouldn't be hiding this information from our children. We're told that we're pouring vast amounts of resources into experimenting on animals to find cures for human ills.
It's up to the parents to make that decision, isn't it?
Well,
It's thrust on the doorstep.
no, absolutely. We're there to share information, and we want people to do the research for themselves. But currently, we're being fed one sort of information. Evan Harris is a big mouthpiece for the pharmaceutical industry. He is funded by drug companies who have a terrible track record all over the world for the damage they're doing to human beings and animals alike. And we think that needs to stop. But people aren't being given both sides of the story, and that's what we're here to do. That's why we're in Oxford exposing Dr. Evan Harris. We want to give people the opportunity to look at both sides of the story, and we've documented everything we've said about this man and his links to these industries, these very damaging industries, and they're all over the website. We've got it all fully referenced, all fully linked, and it's all there for people to make their own mind up on all the information that's available.
I'm obliged to mention the fact that you were in jail for 7 years for arson. Tell us the story there.
Well, it's quite a long time ago. I think it's 15 years ago, and it was attempted arson, and really this campaign isn't about me. We are raising the issue of what Evan Harris, who is a current MP, is trying to do.
Because, I mean, 7 years in jail is a long time. You are standing, asking to be a representative of the people, potentially as an MP in Oxford, West and Abingdon. Therefore, people have a right to know. It is about you. It is about personalities. You are having some very strong Evan Harris would say, defamatory comments about him. So surely people need to know about you too.
Well, the reality is I am not actually standing as a candidate to become an MP. I don't want a piece of this power pie. I want to take some of this power from Evan Harris and raise these very important issues. So it doesn't matter what I may have done 15 years ago. I'm not doing it now. I was told then to not do extreme things and to go into politics. Here I am dipping my toe in politics, and all people seem to want to talk about is what I may have done 15 years ago.
Well, it was you know, you were jailed for it, and clearly there were crimes which Evan Harris says impacted on his potential constituents.
That's Evan Harris's view, but what I want to talk about is what's important today, these relevant issues. This man wants to force fluoridate our water supply. He wants to create human-animal embryos. He wants to extend the abortion rate beyond 24 weeks so that children can be killed after 24 weeks of age. My partner was born at 28 weeks of age. She's the light of my life. She's a very important character in this world, and people like Evan Harris would want to eliminate those babies at that age. I think that's abhorrent, and that people should be talking about these issues. And, you know, we can talk about what I may have done 15 years ago. I don't do it now. I never hurt anybody. As I say, the pharmaceutical industry is responsible for huge numbers of human fatalities every year. These are things that we should be talking about.
What response are you getting from people? Have you been knocking on doors in Oxford, Western Abingdon?
Well, it's been, yes, totally, and we're going to be out in large numbers tomorrow, and we've had an amazing response. Kind of obvious that some people aren't going to like what we're doing, but the feedback is very encouraging, and not least from vaccine support groups and people like that who are really excited that we're starting to raise these issues and get people talking about them.
The Liberal Democrats say that your campaign, the Leafy Team campaign, has actually gone more in their favour, and that people have actually gone along to them now and said, look, let's sign up with you.
Well, from where I'm sat, that's certainly not how it looks, and good luck to them if they can muster support on the back of the kind of things that they're talking about killing children at 24 weeks of age. And, you know, I don't honestly wish them good luck, but I think they're deluding themselves if they think that that's the way people want to go in our world. It isn't, from my perspective. People are waking up to the reality of the kind of society that we are living in, the kind of people that do control us, and they want something different. And we're getting an amazing amount of feedback from all the areas where we're standing candidates against people that we have problems with.
But it's a scaremongering campaign, isn't it, really? Is that really the most positive thing you can do?
Well, this is all deadly honest, as I say, and it's all very accurately referenced. It's all on our website from dusktilldawn.org.uk. If you look in the news, you can see what Evan Harris has recently done to hide the fact that he is in support of this process of extending the abortion rate. This man is involved in deception at the moment. We can see it. He's taken, these links have gone down from the Lib Dem website, but we have them stored on our website. He's now denying in public that he agrees with this extension of the abortion time limit. We can prove that he's lying. So it's all referenced. There's no scaremongering. It's not nice stuff, I agree, but it's all honest, it's all truthful, it's all fully referenced, and it's all there for people to see.
Many people know Evan Harris to be an upstanding citizen, to be a good constituency MP, and will find a lot of what you're saying as someone who doesn't come from Oxford, potentially as an outsider, as something that they're going to find very difficult to believe, Keith.
Certainly some people will. I understand that, because it came as a very big shock to me when I realised the truth of what is actually going on in our world, and how this vast sump of resources is being wasted in animal experiments, for example. It's misleading us. It's not leading to cures for human ills. We only have to look in the hospitals, and these are full of people who have been poisoned by drugs that have been passed as safe in animals, and it's unbelievable. It's difficult to believe that we would put such resources and commit such extreme violence towards other species for no real benefit. But this is the truth of it.
Why aren't you targeting Labour candidates?
Oh, we are. We're targeting Kate Hoey and Vauxhall. We're not picking on any particular party. We have no allegiance with any political party. It's the individuals that we're focusing on, and the extremes that they represent. This is what we're raising. We don't care which political party they're aligned with. It's what they do that's important to us.
Okay, what's going to happen if Evan Harris is swept to victory by this time next week?
Is swept to victory? Well, we'll come back to him in 4 years' time, perhaps. But he's not the only man that we've got interest in, and that society at large is showing more and more interest in. But I very much doubt he's going to be in power in a week's time. But if he is, we'll keep an eye on him. We'll be there in 4 years' time to make sure that he doesn't maintain his power base for too long.
That sounds like a bit of a threat.
No, absolutely not. Just that, as I say, I'm not threatening anyone. It's kind of, if he's proud of what he's doing, then he shouldn't have a problem with us exposing it. But clearly he isn't, because this material about the abortions is being hidden from his website now because of what we've done in the last few weeks to expose him. This is being hidden. You know, the last vestige of credibility this man had has gone.